All right, 5 minutes after 11 o'clock. Do you believe in coincidences, Robin?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you think coincidences have meaning?
Yes, I do.
Well, I was watching this video this morning on these mermaid pillows. Have you seen these mermaid pillows?
No.
You brush them one way and they're one color. You brush them another way, they're another color.
Are they pretty?
They're pretty. You can write things in them. And then I'm looking at my notes for today's show, and I realize we have an interview with Colleen Coble. Her book is called Mermaid Moon. And we had this interview the other day with the whole mermaid thing that happened here in Florida back in the 50s and 60s.
Yes.
And I'm
Thank
thinking,
you, Bruce Moser.
wait a minute, maybe I'm going to meet a mermaid. Maybe that's the meaning of the coincidence. I'm just being silly. Colleen Coble has been with us before. She is an award-winning, best-selling author. She's the CEO of the American Christian Fiction Writers Group, and her new book is out. It's called Mermaid Moon, a Sunset Cove romantic mystery novel. Good morning, Colleen. How you doing?
Good morning, Larry. I'm sitting here chuckling about all your...
Oh, my goodness.
That's awesome.
There is that bright, energetic voice that we remember. You need to write a book a week just to bring us up.
I would almost do it just so I could get to talk to the two of you.
But yet the subject matter of this one sounds like it's got murder in it, and the mom died or she didn't die. We're not sure. Wow. So how does such a happy person come up with that kind of a theme?
People ask me that all the time. Larry. I grew up on Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys, and I love mysteries. It's what I just love them. I've always loved that genre. And I have this really strong sense of justice. And, I can't do anything about the stuff I read on the news and the injustice that I see in the world, but by golly, I can make sure that villain gets his just desserts in my book.
That's right. I like that. Well, so what is Mermaid Moon? Is it a place?
It's kind of. It's character of the novel, and she lives in a house on Mermaid Point on a little island off the shores up in down East Maine area. So her mom often told her a little myth about Mermaid Moon, the night of the Mermaid Moon. It's totally something I made up myself. I didn't even find anything on the line about it, but I wanted to play into that whole Mermaid Moon theme.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
I did that, but I just thought it sounded really cool, too, the title of it. You think about the moon and mermaids out frolicking in the moonlight.
Yeah, I've thought about that many times in my life, actually.
But you also experience physically the place. I mean, you've been there where you want to have the setting for your story.
Oh, absolutely. I always go to the place where I want to set a book, and I've always been intrigued with Maine. I'd been to the southern part, the more touristy area, but I'd never been up to down east, but I'd always read a lot of it, and I'm addicted to that Animal Planet show, Northwood's Law.
Oh, yes.
With the geek wardens and all that other show. I thought, hey, this would be kind of fun. It's really kind of like stepping back in time, and it's so rural and very sparsely populated, such a rugged coastline, and it takes hardy folks to live there. And so that setting was really what I wanted, and it's worked out really terrific for this series.
So give us a movie trailer version of the story, and then I want to ask you if you had an experience like this.
Okay, sounds good.
So two in one, two questions in one.
Okay. At the beginning of the novel, Mallory is a single mom. Her husband died. She's raising a 14-year-old daughter who's a handful, as that age can be. And she's trying to support them by her jewelry design. She does things with sea glass and tourmaline, pink watermelon tourmaline jewelry. And she just made a great sale to a jewelry store that's going to pay the mortgage this month. So she gets a phone call from her dad, and she's been kind of estranged from him for the last 15 years because of the things she did when she was 18 that they all have felt caused her mother's death. And he's gasping for breath, and she thinks he's dying, and he says, "Find mother." Well, like I said, her mom died 15 years ago, and she immediately calls Kevin, a game warden she was engaged to when she was 18, and he goes to check on her dad, and he is indeed dead. everybody thinks that it was an accident, but she doesn't believe it, and Kevin is on her side, and the two of them, and she rushes back to Folly Shoals, and the two of them have to figure out what happened, and it all swirls back to what happened to her mother 15 years ago, and even further back to Mallory's own beginnings. And I don't think I've experienced this.
Wow, I was hoping you didn't. Wow, I was thinking to myself, I hope you tell me no at the end of that.
Yeah. My dad is still alive, so I haven't received that, and I don't think I've caused my mom's death, so she's still around too.
Well, it even seems like there's a question about why she even left Kevin, because Kevin's a character unto himself, and he seemed like,
Right.
he would have been a good fit.
He was a good fit, and it all happened. It all came down to the guilt and the self-loathing that she's carrying from what she did when she was 18, and she just couldn't stay in Folly Shoals and deal with it, which she should have, just stayed and dealt with it. But she was 18; she ran off instead. So
easier to run away.
The load of that guilt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. But she's still carrying the load of that guilt, and that's one thing I've seen in life in general too. That it's usually way easier to forgive somebody that's hurt you than it is to forgive yourself when you feel you have failed those you love in incredibly.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're with the American Christian fiction writers, and that's one of the hardest messages as a Christian to embrace is to forgive yourself, or to accept the forgiveness of God.
That's exactly right. You feel like you've messed up so bad that you really, really just can't deal with that. So right. That's her journey through the story.
Colleen, before we say goodbye, I want to make sure we give the information about the book to the listeners. You have a website, right, of your own?
I do. It's ColleenCoble.com, COLLEENCOBLE.com, and I love to hear from readers.
All of your books really stress the importance of a family, and it doesn't matter if they're biological family or a adopted family, and sometimes people don't have anybody, and you just kind of rally around friends, and you sort of make up your own family.
Exactly. That's what this entire series is about, is family and all of its warts and bumps and beauty, in whatever way we come to family. And I kind of got the idea for this series because my dearest friend in the world, Diane Hunt, she's a fellow author and lost her battle with ovarian cancer in November of 2013. And she was my sister in every way that you can imagine. She was really my sister, the sister I never had. And so when I was she was in her last days when I was writing The Inn at Ocean's Edge, and I really wanted to explore how that works, how that bond can happen even when it's not blood, and sometimes when it is blood. And, we come to family in such different ways.
I think you mentioned that to us in another
yes,
another guest,
so.
Another time you spent with us. Yeah, but it was closer to the time. Yeah. So, By the way, I just signed up for your newsletter. I went to your website and I signed up for your newsletter. Now I got to click on my email to I have to click to confirm. Yeah, I got to confirm that it's me. I got to find it somewhere on my email. So. Well, good luck on everything. Where are you? Where do you live? Where are you calling from?
I live in a little town called Wabash, Indiana. It's in northern Indiana, and 12,000 people. Everybody knows everybody and their business.
Oh, okay. Okay. And how's the weather? Is it cold there today? Is it snowy?
It is cold. It's like 1. So,
1 degree.
We just got some snow.
But it's not snow.
1 degree.
Oh, man.
You feel sorry for me.
Well, you are a delight to talk to all the time, Colleen. Thank you so much for being on the air with us. Again, the new book is called Mermaid Moon. I went to the website, ColleenCoble.com, and I'm guessing all of your books are on all of the booksellers and bookstores, etc., correct?
Everywhere. Yep. Everywhere you go, you're going to find them. So.
Colleen, thank you. Always fun to have you on the show with us.
Oh, I was so looking forward to it. Thanks for having me, you guys. I really loved it.
All right.
You guys have a great day down in the warmer area.
Yes, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Times of clouds and sun and cool for Wednesday. Highs in the low to mid-60s, partly cloudy and rather chilly winds tonight with a low in the upper 30s and a few inland spots, about 51 along the coast. for Thursday, mostly cloudy, high 66 to 70. Friday, cloudy, breezy, and warmer with some rain at times, even a thunderstorm that'll taper to an afternoon shower, the high 72 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
We're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
So rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it, rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number one, just one more vital part of fighting back to stop being a financial zombie. Yes, you can take the mystery out of the complicated world of finances. Take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, Saturdays at 12:05.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Ocala's information station, 1370.